Hello. Today's reading comes from Luke's Gospel, chapter 5. One day, as Jesus was standing by the lake of Gennesaret, the people were crowding around him and listening to the word of God. He saw at the water's edges 2 boats left there by the fishermen who were washing their nets. He got into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, and asked him to put out a little from shore. Then he sat down and taught the people from the boat. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we've been working hard all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets." When they had done so, they caught a large number of fish, that their nets began to break. So they signalled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them, and they came and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." For he and all his companions were astonished at the catch of fish they had taken, and so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on you will fish for people." So they pulled their boats up to shore and left everything and followed him. Now lots of buildings where they hold musical concerts are designed so that a lot of the sound can bounce off and be reflected in the very good acoustics. And you get that in a lot of mountains as well. You get an echo. Now in this place, it's thought that the place just off the lake where Jesus was, there were a series of hills which were good at reflecting sound. So it would have been good for all the people who were listening to him to hear what he said. And then after he'd been speaking, and after Peter had been listening to him, Jesus told him to let out the boat onto shore to catch fish. Now Peter and the other fishermen had spent all night trying to fish. They quite often fished at night because during the day it was too hot and the fish went further down, whereas at night they were near the surface and it was easier for them to catch the fish. So everything that Jesus said about catching fish was actually not what the disciples would have expected as experienced fishermen. And yet they caught a large number of fish. And it's really important we can carry on doing stuff in our own efforts, but it's only when we actually take Jesus on board that we can actually begin to bear fruit and achieve things and have his presence with us. And something that when Peter saw the miracle, there was so much awe and wonder at what Jesus had done that he felt really inadequate. He didn't feel up to the job, and he realised just how much he fell short, which is what he means by saying that he was a sinful man. He didn't live up to the standard that Jesus wanted. But Jesus still called him and the other disciples to serve him as he was calling them to do. And it's really important to actually get to know Jesus and to take him on board in order to bear fruit in our lives for what he is calling us to do.